far as those other two people, they're pretty special. Pretty special in all kinds of ways, and you already know that. It's kind of fun, all of us doing it at once. It's kind of weird, but kind of fun. I love them both.
So when you get the call, I mean, was it a voice message you pick up? Like,
No.
Was it Jerry called you?
Jerry called. Told me that I was selected, and congratulations, that sort of thing. Sort of a phone call you never think about or expect. It's like somebody telling you that the Earth is flat. Some weird feeling that you have out of body experience, because it's not what you grow up thinking. You love the game, but you don't think in these kinds of terms. And all of a sudden somebody calls you and says that, so it was pretty awesome.
Coach Pop, why coaching? Why did you choose coaching as a career? Because it seemed like you could have did a lot of.
There's nothing else I can do. I got no skills whatsoever. Been playing basketball since early days in East Chicago, Indiana, and it's what I've done all my life. So it seems like I should stick with what I know, and I don't know anything else.
Did you get any texts or calls that really meant a lot to you after it was official?
Oh, sure, of course.
That you would comfortable sharing?
No, I don't know you that well.
Sorry. Mike just told a story that when he was initially hired by you in 2000, that
He exaggerates all the time.
well, he said
Go ahead.
he was the initial deal was he would be behind the bench, and then there was a coach's retreat up at your place in Maine, and then after that retreat he was in the front of the bench. Well, what happened that led to that shift?
When we go out there, I found out that he enjoyed wine, so I put him on the front of the bench. It's just an added skill that helps you out in our organization if you like wine. You get special treatment. No, it just became apparent that I didn't really know him that well personally when I hired him. I knew of him, I talked to him, I got a good vibe from him. He's a passionate guy. And if I remember, I think at the time he was scouting for Denver, I think. Don't hold me to that. But so that's why I said we'd come behind the bench. But during our meetings, he showed just a kind of an incisive sense of the game. The things he said made sense. He wasn't trying to impress anybody. And as the days went on, it became pretty obvious that he's somebody that I would value his opinions. So I put him on the front.
Were you kind of surprised, or was it apparent that once he parachuted into here that he would help this team ascend to the level that they have in one season? Were you kind of startled by that, or you knew that?
I didn't really think about how quick is he going to have an impact. When somebody's one of your good friends, you just hope they'll be successful. I don't think in terms of he's going to do it this quick or that quick. But Vivek picked a great guy. I mean, the time I spent with him, I enjoyed every second of it, and he made me a better coach. And then, Steve had an opening, and he called, and we talked about Mike, and he took Mike on there at Golden State, and he grew even more. Obviously he had a couple of head coaching gigs here and there, but he's done a lot of coaching, and he's seen it from both sides. And with all that experience, I thought he'd be great here. And obviously that's happened. But the front office has done a good job too. Bringing Sabonis was a hell of a move. So altogether, you can see the culture forming and standards being set and all that kind of thing. Because he's a consistent guy. He'll be demanding, but he'll show love at the same time. He's capable of getting on you and putting his arm around you at the same time. So I hope the success continues.
As someone who's had a fondness for international players and an organization that's been at the forefront of bringing international players along, how satisfying is it to be a part of the class with Tony and Dirk and Pau? Does it feel appropriate to you?
Well, I don't know if appropriate's the right word. I think it's pretty cool. And, you know, knowing all these people as well as I do makes it even more meaningful. But, you know, the game is global now. Everybody's, they just want players. And finally people figured out, after getting over a few prejudices, like, you know, they won't adjust to our culture, they won't play defense, all these silly things. Now it's pretty obvious that there are players everywhere, and everybody knows where they are too. So there's no finding somebody, you know, like hiding under a rock somewhere, and you're the only one who knows about it. But there was a time when it was easier to bring over a good foreign player because other people just weren't doing it. So to be honored like this with them is pretty special.
How great a writer are you when you're excited about the speech that you have to give?
You know, I've thought about all kinds of things already. You know, but I think the shorter the better. You know, your big worry is that, you know, you want to thank 74,000 people and you can't. So that's the conundrum right there. That's the biggest part of it. So I know, you know, last year we made fun of Mana because every day he asked something about the speech or what he should say, or, you know, who's going to be there, and I don't want to forget this coach or this player or whatever. And we would just laugh at him and make fun of him, you know, and let him twist in the wind. And so now it's my turn, I guess. Anybody else? Okay. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Coach.
Congrats, Coach.
Go Kings.